Hi students. We did a quick revision on what we took on in Unit 1 and Unit 2 concerning the vocabulary, and also we have here the grammar and the form, meaning, and function. Now let's start our lesson with a quotation. We have here, your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. So this is a nice quotation to start with. We have here, if you remember, Unit 3 was actually about the future and the changes that we have in the future. So we're going to do what we did before. We are going to have a main, to overlook and see the words that we have in Unit 3 and also Unit 4 concerning the vocabulary check. And also we have here the vocabulary building. So we have here, we're going to see both of them in the start. We have here Unit 3 is about, of course, what will they think of next. So we're going to see what are the words that we took here. Now page 35, if you have your books now ready with you, we have page 35, there is the vocabulary check, and these are the words that we passed by. We have the first one, which is circuits. We said that they are paths of electrical currents. We have also the word condensed, which is shortened, or it is something that is abbreviated. We have also the word determined, which can be an adjective or a verb here. And we can say that I am determined, for example, to lose weight, or we have here, I determined to lose weight. It can be either this or this. And we have here extensively, like we took in the picture, that it was taken extensively to cover a wide range or area. And also we have here the word rank. We have here the position in an ordered group. It can be in restaurants, hotels, in companies, teams, matches, whatever. So anything that has some kind of rank in it, like militaries or the army, it can be the same thing. Now we have also the word span. Now the bridge, it across, or it extends across, which means the word span, which can be either a verb or a noun. And we have this exercise. So we're going to start with the first exercise here. This is just to fill in the blanks using the words that we have. Now the first one, we don't have any electricity because the blank are down. Now from just one word, from the word electricity, I can immediately connect it to the word circuits. Then we have our baseball team wins a lot of games, so they usually have a good blank in the league. Now when we have here a lot of teams, they are actually, we can say, ranked, or they have a good rank here, this team. His speech was over an hour long, but he had 30 minutes, or only had 30 minutes to talk, so he gave a blank version of it. So here the version was a little bit shortened, which we can say that it was condensed. Number 4, they have not yet blank who they are going to hire, so I don't know if I got the job. Still, they did not decide. So they have not determined. Also the 6 here, or number 5 actually, we have people's life blank has gotten longer and longer as medicine improves. So here actually this word is not from the words that we discussed, but we did pass by it. Now do you remember when you talked about the changes in the future and listen and discuss Unit 3, we said that the changes can be in traffic, housing, a lot of things. We talked about also communication, and we talked about age expectancy. So what do they expect, or how long do they expect people to live? So actually here we have the word expectancy here is from the part that we took in the discussion. And then we have the last one. Cell phones are used more, we can say, extensively across the world. And I chose immediately the word extensively from the word that we have here, which is across. Now, we're going to see here what we have in the vocabulary building part, which is page 39. Now, 39, if you remember that we have here these meanings, Now, we have extremely difficult. We have a path in space followed by a planet, moon, or spacecraft. We have also a group of businesses owned by the same company. Expensive, frequent or usual, producing a lot of money, given an approximate cost, and we have here imitate. Now, we have the first word, which is change. Now, do you remember the word change here? We said chain. It can be either here, as we have in the picture, you can see that we have chain, small chains, or we use chain like the example. There are a lot of restaurant chains that spread all around the world. We have here chain here, means something that has a lot of branches and they are connected to each other. They are a chain. Now, from the example that we have here, you can choose which one. Now, just go by it. We have, for example, the first one, difficult, is very far. We have space also is not connected. We can see C, which is actually a group of businesses owned by the same company. We're talking about a group, which is, yes, actually a chain. So we have here, we chose it. Then we have in number 2, commonplace. I described a thing as a commonplace, which is or has synonyms like ordinary or routine. We have here also nothing out of the ordinary. And we can see from the example, the use of social networking sites and video sharing is now commonplace. So we have here something that is ordinary, we are used to it. From this, we can choose which we have here. We can see that we have here, if you remember and recall, E, which is frequent or usual. Then we have a number 3, estimated. Estimated, we can see that this man, he has a project. He is working on his project and he's looking for the future. What are the profits? What is he expecting? So which means that we have here the synonym, or the example, the estimated profits this year are very high. We have here the synonyms can be guess or evaluated. And from this, we can see that we have here, let's just go back, we have here A, B, D, F, G, or H. Now, we are talking about profits. So the closest to it, if you can remember, is going to be G, which is given an approximate cost. Then we have lucrative. Now we described, do you remember the lesson when we said that some businesses, they are lucrative? From the example that we took in the reading, when we said we have here, we have that although up to now only very wealthy people have had the opportunity to be space tourists, many see this as the beginning of what will eventually become a lucrative new industry. So lucrative as an industry means that it is successful in what? How do you know that a business is successful? Which we can choose from here, the words. You can see either profitable, cost-effective, productive, booming, and the picture here, they all lead you to, we can see which one has or is related to money. You can see the choice F, which is producing a lot of money. After that, we have the word orbit, which is very clear. Now we have here the Earth, of course, it orbits the sun. Now orbit here is a path in space followed by a planet. This one is clear. Rigorous, do you remember when you pronounce the word rigorous, we said that it is a little bit heavy when we are pronouncing the word rigorous. So you can say that when you pronounce it, it is a bit difficult, which can help you in the choices or to remember the meaning. Or we have here the examples. We can see from the reading also part. Now we took that after 8 months of rigorous training, no one can just go to space. They have to have rigorous training, meaning we have here extremely difficult. So this is going to be our meaning. We have the word simulate, which is like duplicate, or we can say like these kids, they are copying someone else. They are not real businessmen or doctors or firemen, which means that they are imitating. We have here H. Leaving us to the word steep. Now steep is of course expensive here, but just to remind you, now here we have like this ring, the price of that diamond ring is steep, I can't afford it. So here we have, these are the examples. Now we can just classify them. Now actually classifying the words sometimes helps you imagine its position in the sentence and also understand the example more. So when you know that you are dealing with a noun or an adjective or a verb, it will help you understand and remember. You already know now the words, you understood the meanings, but how to remember the words later, the most important part is to really understand the word and know even the classification of it. And of course, when you just put it in a sentence and see the position of the word, it will help you remember the word more. So we have here the word circuits. Now we said that we have circuits is a noun. I described the speech as condensed, which means that it is an adjective. We have here someone who is determined or decided to do something. It can be either an adjective, as we said, or a verb. Extensively, the picture that was taken extensively, we have here. It is an adverb, and we know that an adverb describes a verb. We have also the word rank. Now rank here is a noun. And also actually it is a verb. We can say that something is ranked. And we have here also the word span. Now like the bridge, it spans from one place to another. It is a verb, and also it can be used as a noun. Chain, of course, here like the restaurant chain is a noun. We have here commonplace. I described social media or the videos in social media as commonplace. We have here, it's an adjective. Also we have here lucrative. The training was lucrative. I described the training. And we have here also orbit. Orbit actually, like the earth, it orbits the sun, and also I can use it as a noun. We have here also the word rigorous. When we said that something has, lucrative means something that is productive. Rigorous training, which is something that is difficult, I described it as rigorous, which means that it is here, an adjective also. The kids that were simulating, it is a verb. And the last one we have here, steep. Now the prices of some hotels are very steep, or like the diamond ring. So we have here, it is also an adjective. Now these are the words that we passed by in Unit 3. Moving on to Unit 4, we have also the same thing. We have the words that we took on page 55, which are the vocabulary check. Now, the exercise of the vocabulary check, we passed by these words. We have here the word abrupt, animated, prominent, untimely, delusions, capture, prestigious, idiosyncratic. Now these words, we use them, and we have here just pictures to also you can remember the pictures here. Now like the word capture, we said that we're going to just remove the first one, the first meaning that we're used to it, and you can say that the criminal or the animal, they were captured. So we have here capture is the action of capturing. And we have here someone who is important or famous, like the famous figures that we took in Unit 2. They are actually people who are prominent. We said that from the picture here, you can see that there are a lot of lights on someone. So we have here someone who is admired, respected. He has a lot of attention, means that he is in a prestigious position. We have also the word, like the railroad here, we can say that it is suddenly cut, which means actually something that is sudden or unexpected, and we can relate it also. If you remember, when we talked about the word and we said when you pronounce the word abrupt, abrupt here has a sharp ending that gives you the kind of impression of the meaning, something that is cut suddenly. And then we have here the word. From the picture, you can see something that is untrue. Now, like the picture here, it looks like it's moving, but actually it's not. So we have here the picture is not moving. If you see it, the circle's moving, it's not true, which means that you are seeing some kind of delusion. And after that, we have here the word peculiar or individual. Now we have something that is strange, different in a strange way. It is idiosyncratic. Also, we have here the word of an event or act happening or done at an unsuitable time. Something from the word time, it's not suitable, it is going to be something untimely. A movie or an image that is made using techniques copying real life, it's not real. It's just copying real life is, of course, animated. Now, this is going to be the first part. The second part that we took in Unit 4 is the vocabulary building. Now, vocabulary building, page number 59, we have here, these are the words and the meanings that we took. Now, I'm going to start both sides. We have the first one, altered. Do you remember that something that you, for example, you have a plan, you can just, you change your mind, you're not satisfied, you can just change the plan. Or like when you're writing something and you erase it, which means that you altered. Now you can take a look and see the meanings on the other way. Or if you would like to see the first meaning here, unusual and attractive, something that is not common, it's not something that you are used to, and very attractive. So put in mind, for example, a tropical island, something that is new, something that is different. So we have here, we're going to start with the first one, altered. Altered here is going to be, yes, F, which means that you changed something. Then we have here captivate. Since we started with the first one, let's see some number 2. We have here captivate. Captivate like fireworks. Do you remember when we talked about fireworks and we said that when fireworks happen, everyone sees or everyone starts watching them. So they captivate attention. So from the meaning here, we have the word captivate means captivate. From the pronunciation, we have here D, yes, which is captures someone's attention. Then we have here confront. We said that something is in front of you. You have to see it. You have to face it. You have to meet it. So what kind of thing? You can see from the word meet that we have here I, which meets something difficult or dangerous. Moving on, we have here the word crucial. Do you remember when we talked about the villain in criminal stories or in detective stories? And we said if there is no villain or criminal, there is not a story or there is no case. So which means that this villain has a crucial part. He has to be there, which means that it is very important. We have here extremely important. Then we have here defects. Now, a lot of people, they have their defects. No one's perfect. Everyone has their negativities, or there are a lot of disadvantages that you can find in a personality. So, which means that something is not perfect, or we can say here imperfections, which is C. Enduring here, like our, let's say, our online studying. Now, online studying is something that you will not forget. This is an experience which we can describe as enduring. It's something that is lasting. So we have here lasting is the same meaning as enduring, which is E. Then we have here exotic. Let's go back to that island that I talked about. The tropical island, something that is attractive, unusual. We have here, yes, A. Then we have here ironically. I can say something and not mean the same thing, or see something that doesn't give me the exact meaning of it, which is ironic. And we have here H, which is against the way it appears. Leaving us with phenomenal, Like when you just imagine that you are in space, you will see something that is phenomenal. It is something that doesn't happen always, and it's something that is, we can say, great and also remarkable at the same time. So these are the words that we passed by in the vocabulary building. Now, just for a short exercise here. Now choose the correct answer. A position in an ordered group is a, what did we say? We have here, let's just do it. We have a position in an ordered group is a rank. Then we have here spontaneously, which is actually one of the words that we're going to go back to or revise in Unit 5. But since we have it now, do you remember when we said that something can be done freely? Which means that we have here something is done, we have here be without planning. If we match here, we have number 1, extend across, like the picture that, or not the picture, like the bridge that extends across from one place to another. We said that it is, yes, we have here the word span, number 1. Unusual or attractive, we have something that is, like the tropical island that we said, it is something that is exotic. Now choose the correct answer. The word steep means like the ring, the diamond ring, or prices when they are very high, or we can say steep is the same meaning as expensive. Imitate, remember the children, when they imitated someone older, which is the same as, we have here the word simulate. And we have the last one, a path in space followed by a planet, moon, or spacecraft is called an orbit. So this is what we have here. Now, inshallah, in the next 2 lessons, we also are going to do the same thing. We are going to just go back and see what we took in the grammar and form, meaning, function part. Of course, we have a lesson just for Unit 3, and we have our other lesson, which is going to be for Unit 4. So be ready.